We will get back to that previously recorded presser from CMS as they get families ready for the first day of school coming up on Monday. I'm sure if you are a parent of CMS students, you know that already, but a lot of changes underway for the academic school year. So as folks prepare for the school year, we are also preparing for, here in North Carolina with sports gambling, online sports gambling legal. A lot of folks are preparing for football season to start. And a new study from the Better Business Bureau is revealing a troubling trend in online gambling. From 2022 to the middle of 2025, the BBB received nearly 200 scam reports and over 10,000 business complaints related to online gaming. So we have Juliana O'Rourke here live in studio right now. Juliana, what are the findings here? Talk to us about this.
Yeah, so we're really excited. We released a new report this morning. We typically release a couple reports throughout the year, depending on, information that we're seeing to our scam tracker, and online gambling is a very big one. We know that obviously lots of states have legalized gambling, in-person casinos, you might have state lotteries and things like that, but there's also a lot of online gambling platforms that are not legitimate, and there's people that really don't know the difference. It's no different than when we talk about seeing sponsored ads on social media. You see these ads for these online gambling or gaming sites. You click on them. You want to start playing. You have a good time. You do the things you need to do. You win some money, and then you go to cash out, and you're not actually to maybe get all of the funds. Maybe it's a certain percentage. Maybe they've frozen some of those funds. And so the study really focuses on the reports that we've received of these sites that are not legitimate. They're not paying out correctly. People aren't paying attention to the fine print. And so there's a lot of data behind the scenes. So we're really excited that, we've been able to put it together and release it today.
Yeah, that's really important information too, because really the findings are staggering now. You study finding over 10,000 complaints in just 2.5 years. Anything surprising about these findings?
Yeah, so I think just the numbers in general are pretty big. It's legal here in North Carolina, but when you see some of this stuff online, I don't think people realize that just like fake shopping websites, these gaming and gambling sites are also fake as well. So anytime maybe you want to play, you see something advertised to you online, do a little research before you actually put in your information or start spending your money, because we don't want you to lose it. And if you do have winnings, we want you to be able to get those out. So pay attention to what it is that you're clicking on. Make sure that the sites are actually legitimate. There's a lot of things you can do behind the scenes. So of course, we always talk about, what are other people saying? Maybe look up the actual site itself versus if you're clicking away from social media. Throw the word scam behind the company name. Throw the word review behind the company name. Just see what people are saying. And then also with, the way that generative AI overviews, there's so much information out there that you can find before you actually put your contact information, put your money in, start playing, and then realize you've kind of been taken advantage of.
There are a handful of legitimate companies out there, online gaming companies, and that's not a problem, again, because like you said, legal here in North Carolina, but there is a gray market versus a completely illegal operation.
Exactly.
Right?
So the name of this study, and I'm going to look at my notes.
Yeah, please. I cheat all the time on my notes.
It's a long one. So it's called Gray Markets and Illegal Gambling. BBB study finds consumers confused and upset amid hundreds of unlicensed and unverified online casinos and sports books. So that's one of the biggest things that we also recommend, is to check to see if whatever specific casino or sports book is actually licensed. Again, check out that fine print. We know that even if it might be a legitimate website, sometimes those winnings can be frozen for whatever the reason. Again, that's in the fine print. So you're going to want to check all of that out before you start spending your money.
All right, thousands of dollars are being lost due to some really sketchy tactics here. What kinds of tactics are these bad actors doing?
Yeah, so again, they just really want you to get to the site. So they might have ads running on social media that are very generic. They have a lot of excitement. If it's a sweepstakes style gaming site, that's a red flag you want to watch out for sure. Make sure if you're on a specific site, they have a privacy policy. That's another good way to tell, is it a legitimate site or not? Do they actually have a privacy policy? So those are all things you're going to want to be looking out for, because It's estimated that it's over $400 billion. That is the size of the illegal gambling market.
Wow.
That's a lot of money. So just be really careful.
I mean, we've had some stories out of North Carolina already. This
Yeah.
Franklin guy.
Yeah, we do have one local
What happened to
report,
him?
and basically it looks like he, found a site that was advertised on Facebook. He's played with these different sites in the past, but he came upon one that he played and put a lot of money in, and said that he went to cash out and really wasn't able to, and so he was definitely taken advantage of. He's tried to reach out to anybody and everybody to help him, and unfortunately those funds are gone once they're gone.
Oh, ouch. All right. So what legal protections do consumers have if they find themselves scammed?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a gray area, right?
Yeah.
That's the hard part is, we always talk about paying with a credit card so you have a little bit more financial protection and backing if you are taken advantage of, but really just do the research before you put anything out there. Also, if any of those sites are asking you to pay with cryptocurrency, that's a red flag across the board.
Okay.
So, not just with this, but in general, if somebody's trying to get you to do investments or anything and they mention cryptocurrency, you probably want to run in the other direction.
Okay. Any any changes on the horizon that might address this?
It's kind of a state by state thing as far as gambling and gaming and all of that stuff goes. So, we'll see what states do and how they handle knowing this information now, because maybe they haven't known it in the past.
Right, they need to combat that.
Yeah, hopefully with us spreading the word and releasing this report, people will see just how much money is being lost to these fake websites.
All right. Anything else we need to know before we put our money down on some of these there should be entertainment.
Yeah, right, because you're supposed to have fun.
Not supposed to put your life savings down.
Right, but unfortunately, we've seen it go awry too many times. So just be really cautious and careful before you put information in anywhere, whether it's personal information, financial information. I know we talk about it all the time, but protect that with everything you have.
No kidding. They're trying to get us every which way they can, aren't they? All right, Juliana O'Rourke, protecting our money so we're not asking where's the money. All right, gambling and online betting. Legal in North Carolina. Just got to be careful. Thanks, Juliana.
Thanks.